Good moment. Welcome back to our kingdom here at Wombs into Light. We are just going to do a twin flame reading. Get some energy out while I can. I'm feeling it and I need to release them. So let's just dig in. Yehovah. There we go. All right. Yehovah, what's going on with our twin flames today? Right now, in this present moment, all that we are guaranteed and gifted. Thank you. All right, well, he definitely wanted those, didn't he? And look at how he laid those out. He's like, look, this is what you really don't see coming. This is what you really don't know. This is going to be that extra little cherry on top for this forward movement that obviously has to take place here. We see this overall energy, this card here that we're going to see. However, we don't see the inside. We are looking at the face of it. Okay, we are looking at the front of the card, but we don't know what it holds, the power on the inside. What we do see, the overall blockage here, is this positive judgment card, 111, following our intuition. So this neutral potential energy can be activated and go a certain way, right? Look at this whole little climb for ascension and descension. So you're afraid, 1, 2, 3, there's that ascension right there. Thank you, Father. 20 is this fear, this judgment. And if it's negative, you're not able to sit there and put yourself in the right place, take ownership instead of allow your victimology to overflow, to take over your vessel, right? Or you're just not willing to take that personal accountability, and then there's no path of self-forgiveness for yourself. And if you cannot forgive others, then you won't be forgiven either. And there's a lot of things here that just hurt. And there's a split between the twin flames here. There's a separation. One is neutral and ready to move on in this healing, and one is just standing firm. One's afraid to take this judgment. I already feel that. But this judgment is what's going to be the saving grace to move forward in this protection and to bring this balance back in. That's overall. I mean, I feel that lack of balance here. But there's forward movement no matter how the closure of victory is given. There's a very painful feeling of, I don't have closure with them. 222, I'm never going to get closure. Honey, you have closure with yourself first. You are your own twin flame first. You are your own everything first. You are yours before you are anyone else's, including theirs. 2, 3, 4 here. And so the Lord's only trying to show you, look, you got a fresh ash-plated judgment here to take. And once you do, things can move in the right direction for you. It's there. The answer's there. You're just refusing to see it. You're refusing to take ownership over it, but it's yours. So when you're ready to take ownership for it, the problem will be solved. Okay. I literally watched this thing from one of my psych classes about empathy. And it's a little video about, it's called, It's Not About the Nail. And this wife is explaining to her husband that she just feels achy and tired all the time. And she just doesn't know what's going to happen. The fear of the unknown is always there. And she's just a mental basket case inside of her head. Then he says, well, if you just took the nail out, everything would feel better. 3, 2, 1, there's that dissension. And the nail is literally in her eye here. And she's just acting to, it's not about the nail. Like, she's just refusing to accept the truth and pain that comes along with that. 3, 3, 3. However, she didn't feel understood until that empathy had come into play. Empathy versus sympathy, and being able to communicate and understand another from their brain perspective and their point of view. It feels as if one of these twin flames bringing up, it's not about the nail. I'll put that little link in the description box because it's a really cool little video about communicating. But it's very hard to communicate when there's a separation here. And if there's a separation between the masculine and the feminine because of judgment that needs to have personal accountability over on both sides of this mirror, sweetheart, this happens inside first. 411 right there. It happens first. So Lord is saying you have to take the inside judgment and move forward with it, no matter what it was, because you'll be forgiven. You just have to accept it. And then things can move on in that direction, because this neutral card isn't such a bad thing. If it's negative, it's still not such a bad thing. It's just moving forward. Okay, let's see what this card is here. 9 of Cups. I love it. There's so much left to give yourself when you remove 444, because you are protected. The angel's right there blowing the trumpet saying, you know what, it's time for God to send Jesus in, the overall carpenter, but he's really the garbage man today, and to detox you out and take all of that trash out of your heart, because you keeping onto that trash is like you keeping onto the poop and putting it back into your butt. And ew, why are you doing that? Let Jesus remove everything that God sees that does not make you peaceful. And you will take the acceptance in and saying, you know what? Yeah, that hurts me. And I don't know why I'm holding on to it. I just got to let it go. And letting go is with that path of forgiveness. And it's going to move you forward in this right direction. You're already starting off positive here. Okay, there's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. However, there's just this water, this Empress energy. And Jesus, honey, is always looking for his bridegroom. He's just trying to clear you out by this cleansing of the flood. And that 9 from that major arcana here, since we're looking at this major arcana here as well, is that overall hermit energy. Jesus Christ himself, he is the only transformer. He is the only holy water to cleanse your arc and move you in the right direction here. Okay, sweetheart? You have to have that forward movement, that potential acceptance first before you can even provide anything out. 555. If Jesus is here to cleanse your flood, then you ain't even on land yet. You have to be able to focus on land and water within your own body before your arc can get the sign of the rainbow and the covenant within your chakra solar system here. And you become as innocent as doves because you have not removed what makes you guilty, what makes you die from sin, because you continue to hold on to it because the world is just so damn important. You forgot how important you were. Let's see this neutral card where this activation energy can go as soon as you decide to stand up in your truth for your emotions and how you feel. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with how you feel. There's nothing wrong with anything of the truth of how you feel in this validation. How you feel is truthful. That is exactly what happened. But you're waiting for someone else to accept it when you haven't accepted it. Yeah, that happened. Now I'm just going to remove it. I'm going to not hold on to it anymore, because the more that I harbor those unclean spirits in my vessel, they will overcome. Even Noah was directed, do not put more unclean spirits in there because they will overcome and you won't be able to get that land and water, that temperance energy, that red and blue backbone within your spiritual self here, your flesh scientific test tube, your arc. Let's see this neutral card. The Empress. Shut up, Lord. I love you so much. Thank you for having my back. We've been talking about this Empress the whole entire time. 3 by 3. A positive Empress and a negative Empress still makes this 9 of Cups, no matter what, because that 9 is energy is there. That hermit energy is always looking for his bridegroom. And it is right there. So right now you're failing to see the self-love for yourself because you wanted it from them. But as soon as you start to love yourself, sweetheart, they will also change. They will feel this internal change on the inside because you are them and they are you, with this one soul being split into 2. I'm a poet. My goodness, Lord, I am just shaking. Yep, it's up to you if you want to be a good queen or a bad queen. A bad queen is only going to make you not love yourself anymore, and you're going to continue to go into the wicked world here where you're continuing to keep yourself stuck in Egypt. You can free yourself and leave. You're no longer a slave to these self-harm behaviors and how you truly feel. Your emotions are there, sure, but are you going to own them? Are you going to let them stay in your house? A house divided will not stand, and you're starting to recognize that you have the power within. You're right here, baby. My goodness. And I'm telling you, if the Empress is there, the Emperor is coming around, and you have to have divine union, that Hierophant energy on the inside before you can have it on the outside, okay? Let's see here, bottom of the deck. The World in the negative. Exactly. There's forward movement here. Your world keeps drowning because that love, that grief that you're feeling for your Emperor has to be accepted within first and taken out. And when you can steady yourself and love yourself here, you're also your own Queen of Cups. You've risen above to that Tropic of Cancer from that Tropic of Capricorn. And because Jesus has walked this path of self-forgiveness for you and he is now risen, wouldn't you be too? Beautiful. Beautiful. The world just needs to shift in your mind a little bit, that the world that you thought was going to serve you all of this amazing 9/11, all of this amazing goodness isn't from Satan's realm. He tries to produce you in his image as a victim, but you are no longer a fallen star when you're able to say, look at, here I am, the world is there. Page of Cups, exactly. Coming home to yourself so that Queen of Cups can rise above. He's trying to bring that card out. And Justice, absolutely. Everything that was ever meant to be yours is definitely here. Secret card. 7 of Wands in the negative. You have 6 of Wands right now. You always have that victory. Keep those boundaries up. Whoever tries to come in with negative energy, that Emperor, get rid of it. You need to heal yourself first. You do not want to be defensive over something that you already gained because you're feeling as if you're going to fear that being lost. Do not let that devil lead you into temptation either. Moons into light.